Coming to you live from a prostitute-infested shanty on top of a frozen lake, the #1 podcast all the hot babes are raving about. Slick and Brewski save the world! Welcome back to our humble abode, the shanty. I'm Slick, and joining me as always is America's favorite horn patriot, the Brewski.
I smell gas.
Don't worry about that. Helping you untangle the bullshit that is served up like cold mush, and we're just supposed to eat it like a bunch of stupid peasants. Well, not today, because we're going to save the world. January 11th, 2023 is the first time the FAA has grounded all flights since the 9/11 attacks. And it sure does seem similar. Jan 11, 9/11. How
Pretty
many
ironic.
flights were grounded when they did that?
I'm going to guess all of them, just like it was a few days ago.
Millions lost. Somebody, what do you think happened here?
I personally think it was a hack job. Either some little 10-year-old kid over in some stand country.
The FAA
or,
is blaming
China.
a corrupt file to blame for thousands of grounded flights and delayed flights.
I don't know about all that, man. I mean, nobody's going to tell you what's going on. You know, they're already losing millions. People are already pissed off.
This
They're
is
not
the
gonna tell
FAA.
you.
You're going to have
Right.
to land your flight because we got a corrupt file here.
Yeah, there's no way. I mean, from this one show I always watch on, and a lot of people watch on the interweb, a lot of people, there's some programs where people track the planes and everything going around the country and the world.
A lot of plane trackers, and thank God for them because they're the first ones to catch on. And
Right.
Just like, what was it? The Wall Street Bets was the one to say, they're going to short squeeze GameStop, and they did. And
Right.
it's another reason that the little guy can get a piece of the pie nowadays.
Right. Well, these plane trackers, he's like, supposedly, which ironic, is the same time our planes got grounded here by this supposed corrupted file.
Sure did seem kind of unsettling that morning to find out they grounded all flights.
Yeah, and our country scrambled a bunch
It was
of jets.
like, grab your dog, hold your dog.
Well,
is that what you did?
They scrambled a bunch of jets, supposedly. There was a bunch of jets up at the same time these corrupted file supposedly happened. There's a bunch of, refueling tankers up in the air. Those big jets with the, all the gas, all the, fuel
How
the
many?
planes need. 58 of them.
We need
supposedly.
numbers here, Brewski.
58 of them.
You don't mind if I
only,
eat a salted caramel truffle here?
Normally, there's only like 10 or 12, I heard, in the air on a normal day. They had 58 of them up.
Yeah, that sounds...
they had a bunch of jets.
Preparing for an attack.
Something
Because of
probably.
this corrupt file. So it's like,
I mean, after
we need
9/11,
to practice. We need to
after
practice.
9/11, you don't know what's going on.
All right.
Canada just bought themselves a bunch of 88 more F-35s too over the next few years. So who knows what's going on? But it's kind of ironic. Some little 10-year-old kids
Turn
probably
your mic up a little bit because you're quiet. I'm loud, you're quiet.
Some little 10-year-old kids laughing his ass off probably. Just hacked a little Chinese kid or whatever, hacking
Laugh.
people.
Some little Chinese kid hacked the FAA and made them think they had a corrupt file.
Or
America lost another couple million. Or was it because of Biden's documents that were in his garage because he's basically been tugging on the little Chinese peckers over there in China land?
Well, here's the thing,
China Joe. And
Southwest, we're canceled.
Yep.
Southwest is taking a big hit the last few weeks. They already lost $1 billion a few weekends ago because of the weather.
Southwest can suck my Southwest nuts. How about that?
And all their cancellations and everything.
I'm kind of a breeze guy myself.
They lost about $1 billion.
So I can go down to Florida and say, Trump, 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 Trump. All right, and we're canceled again.
But I look at it like,
Being the Brewski, you don't fly much.
I wouldn't, if it happened in the next month or so, a few months, Southwest sales, I wouldn't be surprised because they're taking a hit financially the last few months. But the crazy part is you got to watch who would be buying airlines. You know what I mean?
Why do you say that?
I mean,
we can trust everybody.
Yeah, certain organizations like to buy stuff up, man, when it's cheap. Are they doing this on purpose to drive down the market on them?
Over to China,
right? And then, we don't have the smartest man in the world as our transportation, leader in this country.
Who be that again?
That unemployed Mayor Pete guy that they hired to, be the logistics czar of our country.
What's his name? Is it Pete Buttigieg?
Yeah, Mayor Pete. The guy that said roads are racist in New York.
Yeah, I still can't figure out how I can even give thought to that or even allow it to come out of my mouth. That's the most blatantly stupid thing I've ever heard in my life. Wait a minute. I think I heard somebody say that we've now given Ukraine in 9 months more than we spend on our American infrastructure in a year. So think about that the next time you hit a fucking pothole.
Right, yeah.
God damn it. Things are looking real good in Ukraine.
Bro, that dude when he was mayor.
You bunch of fucks. Give us back our money, man. We need more asphalt.
When that dude was Mayor Pete, all right.
The next time I see a Ukrainian flag, I'm going to fucking shake my cock at him and say, you owe us some fucking asphalt or a rim for my fucking car.
That guy, when he was the mayor, couldn't freaking do the paving of the city.
I'm not going to disclose what kind of car I drive because the
NSA's already on us,
NSA's been tailing me for weeks.
I lose them every time, bro.
Yeah.
They can't keep up.
Yeah. We've had to move from the shanty down to my mom's basement. All right, so you've got that. You've got Carhartt is absolute trash anymore.
You see all little hipster kids wearing Carhartt now?
Hipster kids wear Carhartt because, damn, why do they do that?
Who knows? Carhartt sold out a long time ago.
Hip. That's why.
Right. Well,
they jump
sold
on
out,
the hip bandwagon.
Right.
Whatever's hip, that's what I'm doing.
They sold out because
because they could probably make it cheaper in China.
Yeah, and you got competitors like Duluth, which is a good product. But the thing is,
competitors like Duluth, that's made in America.
Right. Well,
so you're gonna pay 3 times the price because it's really hard to get an American dummy to work.
Yeah, but here's the thing too, though. That's why you see all those funny memes going around.
Hipsters.
It's kind of funny. Your man wears Carhartt, but he doesn't know how to turn a wrench.
Yep.
But those are the kind of dudes we got these days, bud. I'm telling you.
Real Americans, they threw their Carhartts on a pile of...
Burn them sons of bitches.
The fucking things, and poor people like me just cut the patch off.
Nice.
Because we can't afford to burn our
Dickies,
$90 Carhartt jacket. That's from the farm store, which is also owned by China. All right, so... You've got the Republicans now kind of controlling the House. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
They've got it, and it seemed like there was a lot going on. You're not so in tune with this, huh?
They're opening investigations, but...
Was it McCarthy that took, Speaker of the House, and it sounded
like... forever to do that.
Yeah, because they wanted to say, yes, you can, but fuck you if you don't do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
That's, I think, where Matt Gaetz came in, and he was like, Donald Trump would make a better Speaker of the House. Donald Trump could have been a Speaker of the House. You don't have to be holding a congressional seat to be Speaker of the House. So they could have brought Trump in.
Right.
But I also don't understand the way it all works myself. I can only speculate. But so you got McCarthy in there today when they found Biden's next set of documents
in
his garage next to his Corvette, and you got reporters asking him well, tell us about this, and he's like, well, my garage was locked. That's what he said. So
you don't even know where he's. You don't even know where he's at. Bob.
And then you got people saying things like, "Well, he might not even know that those documents were there." And it's like, what kind of fucking world are we living in?
The scary part is,
and his attorneys were going to move those things. His attorneys had to go move them.
Yeah,
and that's what they were saying. Is it's like, well, wait a minute, that sounds like an expensive mover. You don't call 2 guys in a truck. You call, do we scam them and how or what?
I don't know, man. All I know is his building that he owns or whatever is right next down, next
Biden
to
Institute.
It was next to a restaurant that his old son loved to go to. So
it's all super duper corrupt.
And his boy likes to sell shit to other countries. So, it's kind of scary that
his son is a Ukrainian board member, so
that's some scary shit.
Tip your
man.
hat to this crack pipe motherfucker.
I don't know, man.
We can kind of fire up our crack pipes to that Hunter Biden.
It's just scary stuff, man.
Okay. Opioids coming across the border Here comes another shipment of opioids. So it sounds like you've got liberals, open border policy. Let's just let them in. Let everybody in. They deserve to be here. And then here comes a wave of drugs.
Just like that. You see that thing with fentanyl? The freaking lady got caught.
What happens when you sit a liberal down and say, how about the drug crisis that's happening now? Like, do they not think that now that we have an open border policy that we have an influx in serious drug problems?
Then they don't give a shit.
Seems like every day they're seizing enough fentanyl to kill everybody in America twice.
100%.
I died when we lost the election.
The fentanyl problem,
and with
there's
that,
so many people
I'll
getting
take a fentanyl pill.
Their pockets padded, man. It's scary stuff.
Wait till it starts popping up in your McCormick fucking dry rubs and stuff. They're going to start coming to us with fentanyl. They're going to put it in our Sweet Baby Rays.
Well, you just see that our special forces, they call it, like, supposedly they're questioning about 14 of them, I think, about drug trafficking. And those are our special forces that could be possibly involved in that.
Wait a minute, what? Our special forces
Fort
are
Bragg,
getting rich off of opioid.
Well, Fort Bragg, that's where a lot of our special forces are. Well, they're questioning 14 of them because possibility of them being involved in drug trafficking. Because that right there, that little road right there,
that's how it gets done.
Is where they take it from the south up.
And everybody can be bought. It's just a matter of how much do you want.
It's kind of scary stuff, man.
You're gonna bake little numbers. And if somebody comes to you and says, "Here, listen, give you an extra $500 a day to take this bag from here to there," would you do it?
No thanks.
Come on, man. That's a lot of nice. Look, think of the sweaters you could buy for your dog.
No thanks. Yeah, it just, it all depends if you're a piece of shit in life or not, bud. It all depends.
These people think, as long as I don't know what I'm doing, then I'm relieved of. Is that your dog?
No.
Did I hear a dog? Mom? Mom, did you get a big dog? Fuck her.
Are they surrounding the house?
Oh, fuck her.
Dude, are they surrounding the house right now?
Trying to charge me rent. Fuck her.
Who's that?
How do you feel about Trump? Is he going to save the day or is he in on it too? He's pushing the vaccine just as much as anybody else was. And that kind of breaks my heart. I think he's too, I'm not saying he's a stupid person, but when it comes to certain things, he doesn't apply thought like he could. And he found his way right into it because they're like, he needs to come up with a vaccine. Yeah, right. He needs to come up with a vaccine. And he's like, I got one. And then there's your vaccine. Right. And now it's destroying everyone's hearts.
Right.
And you got people collapsing on fields, dying suddenly.
Right. It's some scary stuff in the because meat wagon. Nobody knows what this stuff's going to do in 5 years.
I know what it's going to do. It's going to fucking help a lot of insurance companies not have to worry about paying for medical bills.
Right. Right when I heard about people dropping because of accelerated heart attack rate, okay?
Yeah.
First thing I thought of is, what are the insurance companies going to do?
Well, they're going to fucking make money.
I'm talking life insurance.
If the question is ever, what is an insurance company? Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Are they going to deny people?
Yeah, because
if I was any, I'll tell you this much: if I was any life insurance company, I would say I am not. I would not accept you.
I think they had that all figured out in the beginning.
Dude, I would not accept you because your risk is higher now.
You got that jab, and now fuck you. You're on your own, bro. They don't even work on my lawn if you had that fucking vaccine. I'm not trying to have a heart attacker over here.
Right. People didn't think this completely through.
Sir, take your Big Mac out of McDonald's. If you had a vaccine, you could have a heart attack on our floor. We don't want to be held liable. Take that Big Mac out to your Toyota Corolla and eat it there.
People did not think, once again, a lot of people in our country.
They got scared.
Well, that too.
They pulled the trigger because they got scared.
Right. Well, scare tactics are the number one thing. But here's the thing. A lot of people in our country, once again, they don't care about the future. They care about what today brings. That's the scary part. Why do you think credit cards are so high right now, bud? We got all the time in the world to take care of them. We got to live today, right? Happy, happy, happy. Everybody live for today. Who gives a fuck about tomorrow? Well, the problem is, people take advantage of that shit. And once again, it's people getting taken advantage because you're not smart people.
Well, if there's one thing we've learned is the institutions are going to bail out the rich people.
Right. Well, and the poor because they need the votes. But the problem is...
Well, they give poor people free shit, but the truth is that these poor people live in this oppressed lifestyle and they can't see out of it.
Well, you're not going to have a middle class.
Because you get free shit all the time. You don't understand how to make some on your own.
You're going to have the really rich and the really poor here real soon. You're not going to have a middle class. It's period. That's what the Democrats want, because poor people can be controlled.
Well, why do you think it smells like gasoline?
Yeah. But, like, people didn't think the shot thing through all the way. Okay, you got to have some kind of.
Why didn't they think
they just jumped on it right away? Scared of losing their jobs. They're scared. People today are weak. You got to remember, weak-skinned. A lot weaker skinned than back in the day.
There is a lot of how long it takes to get people to come back into their senses.
Right.
You know,
right.
How long is it going to take? And then how long are we going to start to see these effects?
Oh, it's going to take 10 years. Watch, it's going to take 10 years before people go, well, because you got people right now that are literally, oh my gosh, even if I die, my government tried to save me.
There's a guy I follow.
I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you fucking retarded?
That's right.
No
the
way.
Last thing you ever want to hear is we're from the government, we're here to help.
Right. That's exactly right.
That's
and it's
not their job. Hey, I will say this. McCarthy.
Right.
Today, when he was talking about finding these documents, he did say something I did like hearing. Call me, like I say, we don't know if we can trust these fuck knobs.
He's from California,
We can't trust these fuck knobs. I know.
He's a Californian.
Hey, believe me, pinch me. I'm dreaming. I get it. But he did say this is why people don't trust their governments. Now, I don't hear a lot of politicians talking like that. So it is a breath of fresh air. It almost brought a tear to my eye. However... Hey, people, I mean, let's talk about when you say a rhino, like, oh, we're going to get him in there to fight our fight and walk the walk just to get in the door, and then he's going to sell out.
Right.
Maybe that's what your boy McCarthy is doing.
Well,
might have been, he kind of played the game because he sure sounds like it. Are we going to see any action? Probably not, because we're the last to get a goddamn thing, and nothing ever gets changed around here. But it sure does look like Biden's house of cards is falling apart.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's very, once again, people are getting taken advantage of because weak-minded and all that. They scared people.
Welcome back to Slick and Brewski, where you must be weak-minded dummy if you're not listening to our show.
Right. But they got taken advantage of. They jumped on a hopefully an end-all, be-all quick without, once again, seeing show me some results, please. Show me that, mouse that... 150,000 mice died. Let me see that 5 years from now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They said the heart attack rate's going to go up like 25%, 30%, I think, over the next 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's insanity. And especially, imagine if you have a family where heart disease and all that's already a big thing in your family. And you idiots are still getting a shot. You can't fix stupid. You know what I mean? It's people get scared. Oh my God, I'm gonna lose my job, or oh my gosh, I gotta do this. My wife leaves me alone, and oh my God, you gotta stand up and make a stand here because I don't know. Now people are going to I know there's a lot of people out there that, I got the first one, but I'm not getting any more. I'm not getting any of the boosters and stuff like that, which I understand. They see, they finally found the bullshit out.
I don't think it's not like everybody that get one kills over and dies.
Right. It's still a percentage.
They fucked up. What I saw was in 1 million people, 770 were having a problem.
Right, but here's the thing.
And that's a lot more than just a rare occurrence, as Dr. Fauci says.
Right.
And the ones that are having it, people like DeMar Hamlin that just fell over on the field, and now, they just said it was because he got hit in the chest really hard. And, they jumped on it real quick, and
the thing is, they
take the science.
They didn't even look at it. They didn't even look at the shot.
They jumped to it, and they got Fauci on TV quickly saying, "Well, these are very rare things that happen." And it's like he's just covering his own ass. Usually, he's a fucking Pfizer touting little fucking Italian fucknob,
right?
Who really needs to be with a fucking bat.
Usually when I don't care, any situation in life, and you got to make a call, you make a web and you write down the problem in the middle and you tell all the different things that could be, going on,
And who's
what
getting
could result in it. And they didn't even put that out there. You know what I mean? And that's the scary part, because you got people who won't even ask the question because they're too scared of what'll be done to them or whatever. And I'm like, bro, bring that shit on me. I don't give a shit.
So we got Dr. Azim Malhotra. Sorry. But this guy, he literally says, if you look up the definition of a psycho person, that's literally the way that they're running our health institution now. Is it's like they're more worried about profits than they are worried about people's health and safety. So we've lost sight, and it's a mass amount of people. They still look at
the bottom line.
Yeah, they're looking at the bottom line like we need to make money, though. Like, so get them to take the vaccine, and everybody's there on the side of, well,
we got to report to somebody.
We don't want 770 people to have heart problems, but we also want some money, and we need to keep our job.
Well, you got to.
So you can't trust these people that are making money. I'm not saying go in and punch your doctor in the face.
Right.
But I am saying you might have a nice long talk with him about what he thinks is right and wrong.
Well, here's the sick part.
Comes to securing the bottom line, right?
Here's the sick
part.
It's
not about money. It's about protecting these poor football players from falling over, so we were supposed to win the Super Bowl. I'm just kidding.
Here's the sick part.
God bless them.
What you talked about, the future.
The future.
In their businesses, all right?
Yeah.
Give a shot to a bunch of people that might not even have had problems. Now they have problems. So guess what they're going to need in the future?
Help.
Medication
Medical
to
aid.
help them.
And who's fucking... Hey, you know what comes to mind here? When COVID was just starting to come out,
right?
There was an awful lot of videos of people just falling over dead in China. Like, there was like a handful. Did you catch ever?
Yeah.
Did you see those?
I saw that a few times.
It kind of makes you wonder what was going on there. Did they already have a vaccine going on over there? Did they already force their citizens? And now that we're owned by China, because China Joe and Eric Swalwell having with the Chinese spy, I hope it was good.
Yeah.
And sold out, and now we are served up the addendum. Now, I guess, Trump that comes to do with it. But again, Pfizer rushes to the gate and says, we've got the solution. We know our lab leak in Wuhan caused the pandemic, but now you're going to have to trust us on this.
They still can't find that, supposedly.
Now you're going to have to trust us. Yeah, that's right. And by the way, why do we even trust a goddamn thing that China says?
Right.
Why even trust a goddamn thing they say? Why even, China's this, China's that, and then Joe's all cozy with China. I'm telling you, it seemed like you could see it all taking place back during the election time, and we were like, no, this can't happen. And all these fucking dumb people that are just taken at face value because CNN controls the way they think.
Right.
And they just don't really stand up and say, we want better answers. We want better because, it was because of Pangolin or whatever. Like,
a lot of people, too, go, I don't got the time to look into it. I just need to get better. And it's like,
you better adjust your priorities, you motherfucker, before you die.
Just a little. It ain't going to happen to me.
How many people out there do you think are like, I'm going to get my husband to take out a huge life insurance policy.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to tell him to get the vaccine.
Yeah. I'm telling you, the insurance companies, especially the life insurance
Here,
ones,
honey,
you're going to hear probably in the next year.
It's time
watch.
for your booster.
I'm calling it. In the next year, you're going to see it on the news.
Brewski's calling it.
I'm calling it.
When
Write
the
this down.
Brewski points up the paper on the table and says he's calling it,
write this
people,
down.
get your money out, put 20 on what Brewski says.
Write this down.
I'm writing it down.
Okay. The insurance
Tell us
companies,
what to write down.
Life insurance companies are going to make a stipulation.
Life. How do you spell insurance?
They're going to make a stipulation.
Insurance.
Where they don't have to prove. Once you start seeing all these heart attack rates going up,
no one needs to prove a goddamn thing.
I'm telling you, because how do you? Well, it's hard enough getting a good, cheaper life insurance policy when you have
less expensive. They said when we were selling parts.
Less expensive.
Don't say cheaper. It scares the customer.
Right, less expensive. Life insurance.
There you go.
Well, it's hard enough getting a less expensive life insurance when you're healthy.
Everything's fucked.
Okay, when you're not healthy and you might have some now pre-existing crap going on, you're screwed.
Yeah, how soon are they going to start saying like I said?
If I have a life insurance company, you got the shot. Guess what? You're not getting approved.
No shirt, no shoes.
Unless you're going to I'll make you pay
No
500
shirt, no
times what
shoes,
it was.
vaccinated, no service.
Right. It'll be 500. Dude, they're going to go up,
Hurry
skyrocket.
up and buy.
They're going to skyrocket the prices.
I'm just having a vaccine-induced heart attack. Hold on a second. Get him out of my store.
Clear.
Get him out of my store. The defibrillator.
Clear.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So that's just, I mean, it's a scary.
Where is Fauci? He just retired, and he only comes on when people drop over on the. Now, so from now on, you don't hear Fauci.
Oh,
He retired.
you heard about
but
his
as soon
restaurant?
as an NFL player falls over on the field, well, what actually happened was.
Did you hear about his restaurant in
Why does everybody
San
have
Fran?
a goddamn restaurant?
Well, it's not where
Can't
they,
he just stick
it's
to
where they
being
launder that
acting
money.
like a?
It's where they launder that money,
What do
bro.
they call it? The Booster? The Booster Cafe?
All I know is he got busted with
The Booster Cafe.
he got busted with some sanitation
a
violations
Booster Burger?
where they weren't washing their hands and shit at his
Jesus
restaurant.
Christ,
yeah,
man.
he got busted with some stuff. Wouldn't that be funny
You're
if he
supposed
got?
to sing Happy Birthday song twice.
Wouldn't
It's
that
not hard, folks.
Wouldn't that be funny if he got a violation like charges against him for like not washing hands and shit?
Maybe, hold on a second. He couldn't wash his hands because he couldn't reach the sink. Well, I'd say between Fauci not being able to wash his hands, Carhartt being trash, grounding all his flights since September 11th, we're pretty much fucked. But don't take our word for it. Tell us what you think. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and help us save the world!
We're nasty, that's just the way we roll. And I think it's time for you to get your kicks come through on a nasty goal. So set the pace, make a move, make history for the books, and join me on